Right on. If you're early here, let me know if you're there. Let me know if you can hear us, see us, and then we'll update you where we are. Plug my phone in. See if anyone joins us. Always takes a minute for people to join us. If you're watching after the fact, we are in Slovenia, which means that's the third country we've been in today. Because we've been in, obviously we started in Serbia, from there we drove through Croatia, and now we are in Slovenia. One of you plug me in, guys. BMW 7 something going past. Take 3, yeah. Take 3. We got cut off at the border, and then signal was bad. Signal was bad throughout Croatia, so I didn't bother broadcasting. But also I was watching the live auction from Bonhams, and I wanted to see what the Dodge Viper would sell for, the low mileage car, and it was a shade over £50,000, which I think is very good value. I was surprised at how cheap they started the auction. They opened the bidding on the Dodge Viper at like £80,000, which just seemed really low. Yeah, driving into the sun is not ideal, but it's what we got. I don't fucking focus on the road ahead instead of focusing on the messy windscreen. I don't think I can do that. Give it a minute, see if we can sort that out. Yeah, windscreen's a bit mucky. What's your planned destination now, Geoff? We haven't decided yet, actually. Mrs. G is just looking at a map to see if we can work out where we actually want to go. Nice, we've got some sunshine though. We have managed to drive out of the weather. We're kind of thinking Venice, which is another 3 hours. Small Geoff wants to stay in Slovenia. Big Geoff thinks we're still in Siberia. And yeah, we don't know. So we're working our way sort of down to Portugal. Proper epic trip this. Turkey to Portugal, I mean, who does that? Nobody drives from Turkey to Portugal. But why not? So, yeah, there we go. That is nice light, isn't it? As we're driving into the sun. Richard is on board. Welcome, Rich. 33 people watching live for a Geoff afternoon. Are you looking to buy a house abroad? We already did. We bought a house in Bulgaria, but I'm not sure, like, longer term, if Bulgaria is where we want to be. We don't know where we want to be. I'd like to buy a little field to park my motorhome on. Somewhere in Portugal, that's what I'd like. Where are you now, Jester? We are trying to stop the camera from vibrating quite so much in Slovenia. Bottom part of Slovenia. The next border is the next border Italy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Italy is the next country. It's quite a while to Italy, isn't it? What, a couple of hours? Something like that. Is there a route there that puts us on the coast? No. Yeah. Struggling with focus because of the light. How is the Volvo holding up? Missed your last live broadcasts. The Volvo is holding up beautifully. Fuel economy has come down a bit, 53.7 now. But no, everything's going well. Might put some fuel in a bit, but my range at the moment is saying How long have we got? 235 miles left. So we got more range in the tank than a good portion of the EVs that are available on the UK market. Funny how when the sun comes into shot, the focus then decides to focus on the glass. But as we go around here, the shadow comes back. Yeah, there we go. Now we're focused on the road again. That's interesting, isn't it? Lovely light. Roads are better in Croatia than they are in roads are better in Slovenia than they are in Croatia. Yep, I'm enjoying this. This is nice light. I mean, look at that. You can see that on the camera. Look at that sky. Beautiful. Let us know how the weather is where you are. We've been keeping up to date on what the weather's doing in the UK. Doesn't seem to matter where you go, everywhere looks better than the UK. I don't think I can disagree with that. Yeah, I mean, it's surprising just how good Turkey is compared to the UK, even just when you're driving around. I mean, we're based now in Staffordshire, and some of the roundabouts on the way to the motorway, considering they're like vital arterial routes, you've got potholes on the way to the motorway that now might as well be national monuments, like proper car destroying potholes, which I don't mind if you're out in the sticks. You know, when you travel and you're out in the wilds and the roads are bad, you go, oh, okay, that's fine because you're out in the wilds, but it's the main roads now in the UK. That's what's hilarious. And of course we have a 3-lane motorway in the UK, and you're able to make more progress when you're abroad on just 2 lanes. And as we've said in previous live broadcasts, the only answer to that is that the country is overcrowded. You know, the UK is the most crowded place in Europe. And people keep wanting to go to the UK. And you have to ask yourself why. It's only financial, isn't it? That's the thing. Good food in Slovenia, Geoff? Yeah, Mark. There is actually. The meal that I had in Slovenia on my way to Turkey was excellent. James had my rear shock destroyed by a pothole on Wednesday. Amazing. Geoff, is there any way to tell what country the other cars are from? Yes, I can tell you that. So in Europe, you basically, they all have European plates. And I don't know if you can see on that van, but there's a little blue rectangle, and within that is the country code. So that one was SLO for Slovenia. This one also is SLO for Slovenia. But yeah, you can tell with all vehicles basically. UK, we don't do that in the UK anymore. You don't have to have a badge on your number plate, but it's rare in the European Union to see a car that doesn't have the blue badge. I guess it must be compulsory. I don't actually know. Yeah, we used to have GB on ours, but it was never compulsory for the number plate, was it? You could always buy a plate without one. Skoda, Slovenia. I tell you what, right? I've done a lot of European driving in the last 12 months. Fastest car in the world, no word of a lie, is a Skoda Octavia. Look at the church up on the hill. Beautiful.
Just a nice clean feel.
It does, it has a, yeah, Mrs. G's just said it has a nice clean feel to it. It does. Do you remember that cafe we went to? It was just amazing on the lake in the summer, just lovely. CH is Switzerland. Everyone thinks it's the Czech Republic. Yeah, that's like me earlier on saying HR that I thought was Hungary. Another Slovenia van. Yeah. So 63 kilometers from the capital of Slovenia, Ljubljana. I can't say it. Are you heading to Ljubljana? It's very nice. No, we're not really. I do wonder whether we should. Well, I think we'll come back in the summer. Where is safe? We're in Spain, and it's also a tax digital control grid. Looking to pack the car and trailer and head into Morocco and see how mental it is. Geoff, how's Slovenia? I've been there many times and it's perfect, but I want your opinion. It's the same as yours. I love it. It's Slovenia is lovely. I can't fault it really. We had a lovely time when we visited Lake Bled in the summer, when we drove through in the Volvo 850. I had a great time when I came back. I stayed in Slovenia on my way to Turkey when I was on my own, and now here we are again. Ljubljana. Thank you for breaking that one down for me. Ljubljana. So, sun's dropping. Some of you may have been watching the Bonhams sale, and Dodge Viper made €59,000, which I think is a bargain. Everything else seemed to go cheap. Everything except the Mercedes 6.3. That did well, went above its estimate. It's one of the only cars I saw that did well. So I'll probably do an analysis of that auction later on. Seeing as it's auction season and there's been loads of auctions and therefore loads of content. Tony Goodman's WhatsApping me. Look at this view ahead now. Just lovely. Roads winding all the way around there. You got, oh, can't see it now, it's behind the fence, but it's just generally rather nice. We are cruising at just under 80 miles an hour. And the road is smooth. And no complaints, really. Yeah, life is good in the Volvo. Which, if you don't remember, I bought to do John O'Groats to Land's End with the Mapmaster. We never ended up doing it. And the car arrived from the dealership I purchased it from with a great big red warning light on the dashboard. The dealer basically lied to me, said they knew nothing about it when they clearly did. And that brings us up to date, because I haven't done any work on this car. I haven't had to put any oil or coolant in it. I plan to tour Europe in my 1998 E11 1.6 Auto Corolla. That will be lovely, because that is a nice, simple car. I think you'll have a great time doing that. Yep, we're back again. Again, like, look, Slovenia is known for its churches. Another beautiful church out the window there. Lovely. Yep. Beautiful, beautiful scenery in Slovenia. I've been on here, I mentioned it before, but worth mentioning again. Highly recommend Tbilisi if you ever get the chance to take a trip up the mountains. I'd like to at some point in the future. To be honest, like, if I won the lottery, I would just do this, just drive. But we'd get nicer hotels and maybe stay longer. And if we had won the lottery, what car would you want to do this in if we won the lottery? It's actually quite a good question. Because it's still, like, even if I won the lottery, I still wouldn't be doing this in anything newer than about 2005. Pop into Bled. We did Lake Bled in the summer and absolutely loved it. Honestly, one of my favourite places on the planet. Do you play the lottery? No. So it's not likely I'm going to win, is it? Tell me if you're in the comments, 122 people watching, what would be your lottery win family road trip car? Talbot camper van. Yeah, but I'd put a V8 in it. We have a real meaty engine in the camper van. Because we wouldn't get rid of it, because obviously we've spent ages perfect. It would just need more power. So I don't know, we'd maybe drop a BMW 3-litre diesel engine in there or something. E39 M5, there you go, great shout. Yes, that's a very good shout for a family road trip car. Plenty of space. 7 Series would be a good shout. E38 7 Series, you know, the one we took to Cornwall that I got caught speeding in. Yeah, that'd be nice. C63 Also a good shout. S-Class, can't go wrong with an S-Class, can you? The problem with like the M cars and the AMGs is I don't know if they'd be a bit firm. An S-Class would be a good shout. I did Lisbon to Copenhagen in a 2011 Audi A8 TDI. That's a good shout. Bentayga or a V8 XF Sport Brake. I don't like the look of a Bentayga, and I don't think I could be in an SUV. So it'd have to be an estate car or a big saloon. I really like the Kia Stinger GTS. Can I have a Kia Stinger? Maybach would attract too much attention. It's also got to be something that you can slip through traffic without people watching you. A Jaguar would be a good shout. An older XJ. It's hard to beat old Volvos. Yeah, I've done many miles in old Volvos, as you well know. Original Lexus LS400, that's a good shout. Oh, you're a brave man. P38, 30th anniversary. 69 Bonneville convertible. Yeah, definitely for the summer. VW Phaeton. I've never had a Phaeton, but that's a good shout, because they did the diesel, didn't they? 70s Chevrolet wagon. Yeah, you're on it. You're on it. Have a look at, if you're interested, have a look at Brightwell's auctions. I spent a long time last night looking at the station wagon. There's a Ford Galaxy station wagon coming up in the Brightwell's auction, and yeah, I'm tempted, very tempted. I nearly bought one last year, or year, was it last? No, it was the year before last. I nearly bought one, a big American wagon. I like the idea of it. So I don't know, maybe there's a big American station wagon in Geoff Buys Cars future. I feel like there should be. And a Dacia Duster. Definitely a Dacia Duster at some point in the future. I bet you can still get wine for €2 in France, where they don't screw you on tax. You probably can, yeah. And you can buy €2 wine that actually is drinkable. Morris Minor, I'd love to travel Europe in it, something different. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you're not in a hurry, then you could do it in something old like that. Citroen BX is a good shout, because they're dead comfortable. Something big and French and wafty would work really well. Look at this road. It's perfect. W211 320 CDI Sport Estate, great shout. 7 seats, tow bar and a trailer. Plodding through Europe right now. How are you? Oh, we've got a tunnel coming up. I'll leave the feed going. Where are you now, mate? Slovenia, heading towards Italy kind of area. Yeah, we had a guy in a 530 diesel go past us. Hang on, let me get through this tunnel, then I'll tell you. It's only 400 metres. First time I did Scotland, 4,500 miles in a Volvo 400 GLE. And I'm back in the car. Hello, good to have you back, Russian bot. I was flying along at 80 mile an hour in the dark in Bulgaria, and a BMW 530 diesel flew past me, pulling a triple axle car trailer. Granted, he didn't have a car on it, but I just thought that was funny. What are those weird smooth surfaces you're driving on, Geoff? They're called roads, actually. We don't have them in the UK anymore. We used to. Afternoon, Geoff and family. Afternoon, Alan. How are we doing?
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, says Mrs. Geoff. It is indeed Friday. 143 people watching, which is about 20 more than the available entries left on the Geoffle. If you're not involved in the Geoffle for Saturday night, your chance to get yourself a Geoff car for just £9. geoffbuyscars.uk. Find the £10 car, get yourself involved, and you can have either a Skoda Felicia Estate or a Volvo S40. How many miles today, Geoff? I think we're aiming for about 420. You should do a diesel running on alternative fuels challenge like vegetable oil. If I had space, And if we could actually stay in one house for more than 5 minutes, I'd make my own. How do you manage all your mobile data while streaming all day? I've got an unlimited plan. And so when we were in Turkey, it wasn't cheap because I was buying it's called a Zone 1 pass. And now that we're in Europe, I think I pay like £1 a day or £2 a day to be able to use my UK data. Are you heading to Trieste? Nah, we're kind of going around it. We're sort of aiming for Venice. We're not doing like, I appreciate that we could be doing a very, there's a lot of places that we could be stopping basically. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to find some sunshine, and I appreciate that's not easy in Europe right now. But it looks like southern Spain, Alicante, has the best sort of weather in Europe. We needed to get my Volvo out of Turkey anyway. So yeah, we had to move the car because you start to get in trouble if the car hit it. And obviously I'd left the car there at the very start of November. How many countries today? We're in our third, but we may make it into a fourth by the end of the night, which would be Italy. That would be Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, and then Italy. Yeah. I think we're going to go to Venice tomorrow, and then from there I would like to get to Monte Carlo and drive on the track. Silver's down 12% today. Are you buying the dip? No, not at the moment. Mostly because I'm driving a car. But I haven't looked. Doesn't really bother me too much because it'll do what it does. You know, we're holding a little bit, and we bought it before Christmas and around Christmas, and it's still above the prices that we bought at, so I'm okay with that. What was that about Andalusia? Wind in Andalusia is really battering the area for this last week. Yeah, exactly. And that's why we haven't, like, you know, stormed down to Spain already. It's a tricky one. Like, we're trying to find good weather, can't find it, and don't want to get there too soon because of the storm. It's quite an odd position to be in. There's a good comment there. Venice is another place destroyed by tourism. All the locals are gone. Everywhere is empty because it's all Airbnbs and stuff. Exactly. And this time of year, there won't be anyone there. Portugal is the same with the wind. 200,000 homes with no power. Yep. We've been keeping an eye on that. I think it's easier to head to Trieste to get to Venice from where you are. We'll have a look at that.
Where, Trieste?
Trieste. Trieste.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll have a look at that. If you won the lottery, big bus decked out with everything that expands would be super cool. Tell you what I was looking at this morning on eBay, if you want to have a look. There's a camper van on eBay, it's an Iveco. I really like the shape of it. I don't like the interior, it's about 12 grand. I think the starting bid is 10, and I'm sure it's got a buy it now of 12. I like the silhouette of it, but I'd want to rip out the whole interior. You might look at it and think, oh yeah, that interior is fine, but I just thought the outside looks great. Big 3.5 ton twin axle Iveco with the 2.8 Isuzu diesel engine. But yeah, the interior is just naff. And again, like every time I look at camper vans, I'm very happy with what we've done with ours. Pleased to say, I can't remember the last time I saw a pothole on New Zealand roads. How is it that every other country is able to stay on top of their infrastructure? I tell you what, right? I tell you what, it would take 3 weeks now because I've done it before, and I know all the mistakes. My mate's in Mallorca and still suffering with cold and wind. Yeah, exactly. Hardest thing was who would drive. I always wanted to go on a tour bus, as I'm a musician. Yeah, man. Big tour bus with your bandmates. That'd be great fun. So yeah, I don't know. BMW 7 Series, a 728, an older 728, V38 shape, perfect road trip car. Good on fuel, comfortable, plenty fast enough. Soft, large tyres. Yeah, to be honest, it's ridiculous that I don't own a BMW 38. I went on a Euro road trip last year, and the roads were incredible. Got back on the M28. When I got back, it was a disgrace. A lovely welcome home. You're so correct. The welcome that you get, when you get back into England and you get on that road after you get back to Dover, it's so bad. And then you do that section of the M25 where the whole road's going da-dung, 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 da-dung for like 20 miles. And you're always like, why have we come back? They patch them up pretty roughly though. Yeah, you're right. I mean, Croatia wasn't as good as this, but you'd think Slovenia is probably the colder country. They've got an excuse to have bad roads. The UK doesn't have that excuse. Countries that don't have frost or services under the roads, the UK don't have potholes. It's just frustrating in the UK that nobody's actually like taking charge of it. You know, a contractor needs to repair a road, so they go in and repair it. They've got no obligation to fix the road because they don't get paid on performance. They just get the contract, and then the water company need to go in as well, so they go rip it up. It's just shocking. I'd welcome what was that? To be fair, I would welcome a lockdown for a month where the whole nation is mobilised to fix the roads. That's actually a good idea. Community spirit. I like that. Same with litter picking as well. The consumption on that A8 trip was 40 mpg. 1,000 kilometres between stops. Yes, love it. Mark III Mondeo going past. Great car. Yeah, a month-long lockdown to fix the roads. It's not a bad shout. I like it. Let us know what you're doing with your Friday evening, assuming you're not driving across Europe. No salt used in Japan, and left-hand drive if you want to import a classic. Swiss roads are great, it's just their drivers are shite. Really? I thought the drivers were quite good in Switzerland. You'd imagine they'd be good. I'd imagine in Switzerland they all drive BMWs. But let me know, I mean, what's the most popular car in your country if you're watching from abroad? In the UK it's probably a Nissan Qashqai now. There you go, told you the Octavias were fast. There goes another very fast Octavia. Another high quality service station stop there. The service stations all across Europe. Again, I've said you've heard me say this so many times before. Service stations across Europe are just better than the UK. In the UK, all you've got is chain stores and franchises. It's so rare that you find somewhere that is like independent and actually good. May I ask what the MPG you're getting right now? Yep. You mean right at this moment whilst I'm doing 70 miles an hour, or my average? Instantaneous right now, well, we're on a slight downhill. So just said 99, but about 65. Average for the day is about 45. No, sorry, we've got 53.4, which is our average over the last 1,200 miles, so since Monday. Another beautiful church coming up. Everyone buy a bag of instant tarmac and do the potholes outside your house. That's an excellent idea. Like, just take on your own area. Lovely church. Beautiful. I've got a VX Commodore. It's a great thing. I like a Commodore. My ex had a 2-litre turbo DSG Auto Octavia Estate. Went like stink. She ripped the rear wheel off after we split. Wow. Yeah, they're alright, those Octavias. Hi from Ireland. Hello. Hello from Slovenia. You're joining us from flash the white car out of the way. 5 Series. The roads are nice from our pocket. We paid for many of them, and there are some places still to do. Some of the roads are the EU, and jack on them. Didn't read that properly. I've got an AP6 Valiant and a Regal. Cool cars. feel like I'm a bit zoomed in. There we go. Oh, nice. Yeah, this is nice. We haven't driven this road before. We've driven through the northern part of Slovenia in the summer when we came out to Bulgaria. So it's nice to be on roads that we haven't done before. Are you any further on choosing where you want to be tonight? No.
I'm thinking the Slovenian border actually.
Yeah. I want someone to look into how much damage electric cars are doing to the roads. It was stands to reason that there's quite a lot because of the weight of them. And the torque as well. They probably rip up the roads because of their acceleration. 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee, 186,000 miles, still drives like new. I like a Cherokee. There is a Cherokee in the Hampsons auction and one in Anglia. I think if I bought a Cherokee as well, Mrs. G would really like it. It's the sort of car that she'd get on with. Watch out for the what? Watch out for the fatigue, Geoff. Could be a good idea to stop for a coffee. Thank you. I will. I need a wee, actually. So,
You said that ages ago.
I did say that ages ago, and you told me I couldn't stop because I never stop when you need one.
Yeah.
So, I'm being fair. Seems to be less vehicle using the roads in Europe. I think they're just more spread out. Motorhome registered in Slovenia. Slovenian motorhome. Going past us on the left any minute now. R3 series. Or is it a 5? It's a 3. No badges, so I can't tell you which engine it is. Looks like a petrol from the positioning of the exhaust pipe. So we're flying. I mean, yeah. It's lovely just to be able to make progress. This is what I like. And this is what you can't do in the UK. You know, when you're abroad, you can jump on a motorway and you can pretty much guarantee that you're not going to need to stop or touch your brake. You know, we jumped on that motorway earlier on and the sat-nav said, stay on this road for 179 miles. And I knew full well that we pretty much could have sat on the cruise control for 179 miles. That's what frustrates me about the UK. You never are actually able to just make progress. Shout out for not asking chat to like and subscribe. I'm assuming the kind of people that are watching this feed, they are already subscribers. Because it's a bit, not everybody wants this content, I appreciate that. When we do these drives, we do lose subscribers because people get too many notifications or, I mean, some people might get an email every time I'm live. And I think people just are sick of it. Some people don't want to just watch us drive across Europe. That's fine by me. Some people only watch the Geoff channel for like all the EV stuff. But I'll always keep a mix of things on the channel because I'm interested in a mix of things. And even though I know the, you know, like that auction video I put out yesterday, I knew that it wasn't going to get many views, but that's a subject that I'm passionate about, so I'm going to make that video. Same with the Bonhams one. I'll do an analysis of the Bonhams sale and it'll get 10,000 views, which doesn't even pay for dinner. But I'll do it anyway. We love the Jeffries already. Thank you. I'm going to let this Mercedes ML go past me. Come on, son. That was a GLE, not an ML. My bad. That lorry was going slower than I thought. I have a soft spot for the big Mercedes-Benz GL. Not the G-Wagon and not the GLE, which is what just went past, but the GL, which is the big one. I really like those. So that, with a big diesel engine, that'd be good for a road trip. Still using my 1997 Dodge Suburban V8 5.7 with 268,000 miles on the clock. 286,000 miles on the clock. Brilliant tank of a vehicle. But what was that? 14 to the gallon, and it holds 42 gallons. That's a nice big tank though, but 14 miles to the gallon. Wow, that is that's pretty shocking. What's let us know in the comments, what's the worst car you've ever had for fuel consumption? Going in a tunnel, Yeah, road tax £800. That's true. Someone just said Volvo V